This Twin State Radio Club, we're Vermont, New Hampshire, Hanover, Lebanon, New Hampshire, White River Junction, Vermont. This is our second version of our comm trailer. The utilities here with a battery on the floor, solar charger, AC control, a combination inverter charger. So if we have AC, we can charge the battery. No AC, it becomes an inverter. DC power distribution, wired network, and our storage for antenna cables. And behind you we have a propane generator, and you'll see 2 propane tanks on the trailer hitch as well. And then we have 3 operating positions with UHF, VHF ham radios. We have a DMR radio built in. We have UHF and VHF public safety radios, and then the antenna and power distribution boxes for each station. The computer on the wall down here has the large monitor, and then that monitor is duplicated at the other 2 operating stations. Storage up above for additional HF radios, the headsets, other equipment like that. This is trailer's new this year. It replaces another trailer that was 2 feet shorter and a foot narrower and not as tall. So this extra space is quite welcome for the public service events that we do.
Thank you very much.
And you can go in the other trailer.
Yes.
Okay. We have 2 propane tanks and a 31-foot crank-up tower. But right now we have a UHF, VHF, and a 10-15 20-meter beam. And on the roof, I lost count of how many different antennas we have up there. They're all dual band UHF, VHF, so we can use them for wide bandwidth, so we can use them for ham or the public safety bands. So this is the support trailer. We have two AB577 towers, a number of different antennas on racks here, wire dipoles in the bags, equipment cases for more HF radios, laptops. We have the canopy, and there's also a portable repeater stashed behind the canopy.
Mesh-tastic node again? Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. This is the Mass Plastic Portable. I usually have it at home in my window in that little storage device that I created. And then I've got probably 10 different Mesh-tastic nodes, including at Barnes Airport in Westfield up on the roof, and at the campsite, and at home, and portable, and mobile. And
So you're really into it?
Not as much as I was, because I got heavily involved in this business. So
okay.
I sort of backed out a little bit, but I'm still. And there's a thing on Mesh-tastic right there.
Yeah. Let me just take a look at some of the stuff here. And what are these?
These are they're Anderson power pole switches, and you can either get just one out, which I'm using for my radio there.
Yeah.
You can get two outputs. You can get three outputs. You can get just as a splitter with no switch. And this is my new version, which is a lot easier to build than these, and I only have to print 2 bodies instead of 5 or 6. So it really cuts down on my printing.
Yeah.
And then I make desk mounts to hold your radio, so you can connect them up to your home antennas.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it came. This was the original. About 2 years ago, when the president of the club asked me to come up with the inline switch, and these are a pain in the neck to make.
Yeah.
That's when I bought a 3D printer and started having more variations.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, so where can someone get more information?
My website. It's on the card. My card.
Okay. I will actually put that as a title under there.
Excellent. Thank you. And this is a little show and tell I did on my. That's my airport. This is my airport Mesh-tastic node that I installed, and it's basically what I hand out for people that aren't really familiar.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So you can have a copy of this if you like.
That's great. Thanks.
This is the talk I did last year, a 2-hour session here.
Oh,
this is the handout I gave out at the 2-hour session.
Yeah.
I'm selling these because it cost me a lot.
Oh, for printing and stuff. So this is what you gave out at your talk last year.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do a lot of.
Yeah.
I worked for public, or I volunteered for public TV for decades, and actually was on air presenter occasionally.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, yep. Thanks very much. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Excellent.
So tell me a little about yourself and then what you got here.
Well, I wanted to greet the members of your Peekskill PCARA organization.
Thank you very much.
And any other YouTubers that are watching this.
Yeah.
My name is Pete Stormer. I am the National Sales Director for Uni-Trend or Unity brand test equipment. We are a 35-year-old company with a U.S. office in existence for about 2.5 years. And we're just here at this Ham Expo, just introducing our brand and showing the products to the people. We're out here trying to just make people aware that we're on the market now.
Great. You have any newer stuff?
We have a few things to show.
Okay.
Thanks for asking, Rob. So
funny I should ask.
Yeah, funny you should ask that. So we make both handheld instruments, thermal cameras, and multimeters, which a lot of people know us for. But we also make a line of bench equipment. So we have spectrum analyzers going from 1.5 gigahertz. Now we even have a 40 gig unit just came out. We have function generators going from 20 gigahertz up to 600 gigahertz, 600 megahertz. Then we also have RF generators going into the microwave up to 22 gigahertz. And then on the other side of the table, we have our new 12-bit high-definition oscilloscopes.
Okay,
very affordable and a great way to upgrade your bench. So this is our UPO 2000, just came out. It's either available in 2-channel or 4-channel, 100 to 200 megahertz, and this is a true 12-bit scope. So you're getting really, really good resolution. And the prices on this for the 2-channel start at about $900. So for $1,300, 4-channel, 200 megahertz, high definition. We have multimeters for the bench that have nice big bright displays, as you can see. So for our elderly or people who wear glasses, it's great on your bench. We also make a more traditional style one, going up to a 6.5 digit. We have function generators, like I mentioned, and then traditional 8-bit oscilloscopes as well, starting down at around $200 for a 50 megahertz scope.
Great.
So a great affordable way to upgrade your bench and put something nice into your shack.
Great.
So thanks very much for your time.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Okay. And then you categorize F when it's externally threaded, right?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matt from Reliance Antennas, and we're here at HamX 2025. And I have a new antenna that I would like to show everybody. Something different. It is an inflatable vertical antenna, and this is the demo one, so it's a little short. The real one's about 15 feet 5 inches, and it's resonant, completely flat on 20 meters, but it's tunable 80 through 6. And the great thing with this is you can plug it into your radio using a standard SO239 or BNC connector. It has the ground radio lug, and it does come with 3 17-foot radials that will attach easily into there using a spade connector, and it'll help you get that resonancy when you tune it. So any radio with a built-in tuner, external tuner, will tune this. Works fantastic. Comes with a guy ring so you can put it down, set it up, and you're good to go. The only problem with it is it doesn't like wind. So anything over 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts, you should take it down beforehand. Okay. So a lot of people are thinking about experimenting with it with helium, but it's very easy to inflate using a Boston valve. Since we're in Massachusetts, we're very close to Boston. Boston valve is simple. You quickly inflate, and then we have a poker to deflate the actual antenna by pushing that valve and releasing it. Yeah. So we're running a special for HamFest today, and it's $80 off. If you're looking for more information, you can go to our website, relianceantennas.com. It will be available starting Monday, the 25th of August.
Okay, great. And do you want to show some of the other stuff you've got?
Oh,
here?
Yes. Besides the wonderful inflatable vertical, which actually has a 4-inch pipe, we have end-fed random wires, nice compact for POTA, SOTA, or emergency communications. We have a little bit more power, variety of wire if you do need wire, but most people have their own wire. And of course, with a random wire 9-to-1, most people do need a choke to keep the RF current off your radio.
Yes.
And so we got different sizes. We have a small compact one, larger ones for base stations. There's the demo unit. And everyone's favorite now is the end-fed half wave. in different flavors, meaning different power. So
Right.
100 watts SSB, 60 watts digital, a little higher power, 150 watts. This one goes up to 250. And if you need big honking power, we got 500 watt one there.
Wow.
We do make bigger, more powerful ones, but they have them up on our website.
Okay.
So obviously different, more wire assemblies. This one is neat because for Parks on the Air, on the top, you have 40 through 10, so 67 feet of wire. So you can do the activation during the day, but if you're staying overnight or camping, you add through the link the extra 60-some feet of wire, gives you 133 feet of wire, and that will help you do 80 through 10, which gives you a little bit more bands on there. So it is an option, but if you want it permanently set up, we do have a big hank of 130-some feet of wire for the 80 through 10.
Yeah, great.
And last but certainly not least is my favorite, is the off-center fed dipole. Everyone loves these. Not many people buy them because they're a little more difficult to set up. Instead of just throwing a wire in a tree where it goes up and over, this you have to get one leg up at a time, one way, and then the other way, similar to like a dipole. So if you have a mast in your middle of a field, this one works fantastic because you can pop it up on a mast, easy to have those legs coming down. But with trees, it's a little more difficult, but fantastic, fantastic antenna.
Okay, great. Well, thanks so much for your time.
Thank
I really
you so much.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
Bobby, KC2UPN, DX launcher. It's for hanging wire antennas in trees. I designed it myself. It's a pneumatic launcher. It uses compressed air. You can pump it up to 80 psi. This is custom. This is a custom cover I made, so it locks the trigger into place. I made the reel. It's custom. It slides on, locks into place. You can attach it to a drill. Just drop it, attach it to a drill. Reel the line back. And you can attach a weighted tennis ball. It puts you right over a tree, no problem.
Want to tell them about the range?
Yeah, so it'll do 40 to 60 psi will put you well over a tree. This big boy right here will do, if you put 20 psi, it puts you right over a tree. Max height is 200 feet for the small one, and max height is 300 feet for the big one.
Great.
Okay, so the way you pump it up, there's a Schrader valve on here. Any bicycle pump will do. You hook up. This is a Fantix bicycle pump. You can. It sets at 75 psi. You hook it up, pump it up. It takes like less than a minute to pump up. Once it's pumped up, you press this trigger, it releases the air. The ball goes, however far you want to set it.
And you connect the ball to this?
Yeah, so the line right here connects to this ball. The ball goes in. I use a custom ramrod, get it down and seat it into this position. These are the heights right here. Anywhere, 20 pounds for the big guy, over 100 feet, 40 to 100 feet for the small guy, and so far, and it goes on. Okay. And then, so the pricing for the small one is $379, and then I'm calling this one the DX Launcher Plus, which is $479. And then we sell the balls. I'm going to sell the reel separately too. And the balls are $15.99. I don't know what we're going to sell the reel yet for, but it's going to be on the store for sure.
And where can we get more information?
You can go to HamRadio247.com. That's where we'll be selling them. And check it out.
All right. Do you have a YouTube channel or anything?
HamRadio 24/7.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for your time.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gino Morello. I'm from Northern New Jersey. My call sign is N2TBN. I've been a ham for 35 years. And today we're here at Ham Exposition in Marlborough, Massachusetts, demonstrating and selling our HF clock products. We're based in Fort Lee, New Jersey, just over the George Washington Bridge from New York City. And we have multiple models running ham clock software. Our original 9-inch products are resistive touchscreen base. They're available in tiger maple, cherry, and walnut. Last year at this very show, we introduced our new 10.1-inch, also in furniture grade tiger maple, cherry, and walnut. We have optional stands. They can be hung on the wall. They can be easily hung on the wall or placed on a stand for use at your operating position. And for those who want to use an external monitor, we offer a Raspberry Pi version. We've been in business, Veritium's been in business for 25 years, and our primary products are medical, but we're all hams, so we introduced these about 6 or 7 years ago. We also make full custom. This one I made for our set myself. It's a quad clock for 4 time zones, and each clock works independently.
Nice.
So please come visit us at our website, www.veritiumhfclock.com. It's a dedicated website just for our products.
Great. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Smith here, N6MTS with Halibut Electronics. We're showing off a whole bunch of products today. We got generally 3 different categories. I'll start over here with Eggnogs. Eggnogs was recently reviewed in QST September 2025. It is a kit to help you build an egg beater antenna for operating satellites. And the booth right next door is AMSAT. You can talk to them all about satellites. Eggnogs gives you all the parts you need to build an egg beater antenna, except for the stuff you can get at the local hardware store, like the wire for the aerial loops and a 2-inch PVC mast as the mast itself. But more importantly, it provides all the phasing equipment, which is the hard part of building an egg beater antenna. Don't have a lot of time, so I won't get into the full spiel here, but if you're interested in egg beater antennas, check out Eggnogs. In the middle here, we've got the common mode current choke test rig. If you ever put together an antenna system and you build a 1-to-1 ballon to put at the feed point of a dipole antenna, that device is more accurately called a common mode current choke. Its whole goal is to prevent RF currents from flowing on the outside of the coax down into your shack. You want to keep all of that current up at the antenna. The problem is, since it's operating on the outside of the coax, all the test equipment that we would normally use to measure it is on the inside of the coax, and it makes it very difficult to measure. So what we need is a device that will take the signal from the inside of the coax, put it on the shield, run it through the device under test, back onto the inside, and back into the device to be measured. So that's what the common mode current choke test rig does. It lets you measure the effectiveness of a common mode current choke. So here, this yellow line is measuring the attenuation that's being generated by our choke. Watch what happens when I remove one of the ferrites from this choke. Right, that line has moved up dramatically. It is attenuating the common mode a lot less. Let me remove the second ferrite. And now we've got just transmission line. There's almost no attenuation.
Yeah.
So the common mode current choke test rig lets you play with your choke and figure out, what when you're making a change, adding a turn or adding a ferrite, whether it improves it or makes it worse, and allows you to optimize your chokes before you put them up on your antenna system. And then the third category we have is over here. It's all audio interface. I can talk a little bit about the Open Headset Interconnect standard, which is a standard I'm advocating for between the headset and the radio. But I think the more interesting part are the devices that you can build once you have that. First one here is called the Contesting Console. It is a device that lets you connect 2 users to one radio. Both users can hear the radio. Think like an operator and a logger at a field day event. You both need to be able to hear the radio, and you need to be able to talk to each other and say, I'm sorry, was that a KF1 or KZ1 or whatever, right? So you need an intercom. The 2 users can talk to each other. And then whichever user presses their PTT,
only their mic gets sent to the radio. And then there are a couple of other features, like there's an ambient microphone so you can hear what's going on around you. If someone comes up and says, hey, dinner's ready, you don't want to miss that, so you turn up the ambient microphone and you can hear them. Or when there's a whole bunch of conversation going on outside, but you're trying to pull out that weak station from the noise, you can turn down the ambient noise to try and minimize distractions. Things like that.
Very cool.
So that's the contesting console, 2 users, 1 radio. We also have the station console, which is 4 radios, 1 user. So let's say you're at your shack and you've got a VHF, UHF radio and an HF radio, and maybe your computer as well, which is a USB sound card that is a radio, quote unquote radio, right? So you want all of that audio to be mixed together and sent up to your headphones so you can hear it. You want 1 microphone to be split out and sent to all those different radios, and then you can select which radio gets your PTT.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's all great. And where can we go for more information, like your website?
The website is electronics.halibut.com.
That's great. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you.
We've tried it all.
Hi, my name is Rockwell WW1X. I'm the lead developer for Remote Ham Radio, and to tell you a little bit about it today. So what Remote Ham Radio is a subscription service where we provide an entire network of stations that you can access that are located all over the globe. East Coast, West Coast, DX locations such as Haiti, Puerto Rico, Croatia, and all you need to operate it is a license and a browser. There's no hardware required at all because we host everything with our own custom web-based interface. All you need is a microphone and a web browser. There's no software, there's no hardware, and you have access to all these different stations here. So you can see down the left-hand side here, the green stations are currently available and the red stations are currently in use. So the way this works is it's first come, first serve. You log into the website, you see which stations are available, which bands you want to operate, or which part of the country you want to operate in. You connect up to a station and you are in the operator's seat. No one can kick you off. You can stay connected to the site for as long as you want. And we have all kinds of stations, everything from 100-watt dipoles all the way up to multi-band rotating stacks, towers, and EME, VHF, 6 meters, legal limit amplifiers, 4 squares, you name it, we've got it. And it's all accessible from the Universal Console. So the pricing for the service is it's $99 a year, and then you pay per minute depending on which station you're currently connected to. So for like a 100-watt site, that's 19 cents a minute, and then for a well-equipped, rotating stacks and full legal limit, that's going to run you $1.25. So for more information, remotehamradio.com. We've got lots of great videos there, demos of all the stations with great drone footage and stuff. You can check out all the equipment and learn more. And feel free to reach out to us with any questions at all.
That's great. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ben Jackson, N1WBV. I'm representing the New England Mesh Working Group. We're setting up a bunch of wide-scale Wi-Fi networks across the New England area. We have one in Rhode Island, one in southern New Hampshire and Maine, and also we have a couple of them developing in southeastern Mass on Cape Cod and the greater New Bedford Fall River area. So what we do is we have a bunch of the large-scale Wi-Fi networks where, you're talking about regular Wi-Fi, but developing in a mesh networking concept. We use the Amateur Radio Emergency Data Network software on either consumer or prosumer hardware. We reflash their software and we add Arden into it. And what they do is they can go ahead and just seamlessly talk without having to know anything about Wi-Fi settings, passwords, all that stuff. It just sort of integrates all in together. For example, we can do sort of a small tactical network similar to what we have here at Ham Expo, where we've set up a Wi-Fi network across the entire campus of the building. If you have Arden and know what the settings are, you can join up and start participating in part of the mesh. For example, the Merrimack Valley Amateur Radio Association has a bunch of demo nodes currently deployed. All I needed to know with my network, with my hardware, what channel they were on, and also what what a couple other settings, and then my network was my node was able to participate in the network without any issue. Also, MBARA is also doing that sort of that large scale 50-mile and connecting up links where repeater sites together, so that if the internet goes down, they can still go ahead and start using all their digital modes. So over here we have a sort of a typical post, which is sort of a tactical network. We have the Wi-Fi system on top. It's sort of beaming over into the parking lot area. And we also have a camera over there. So if you think about it, when you're thinking about sort of a disaster service, getting that sort of IP-based network is actually very important, and actually being able to possibly do live video back to an emergency operations center would be very handy. We don't have a website, but we do have a mailing list. So it's anymesh@groups.io. And with that, if you're able to join up, we have a monthly meeting via Zoom, second Tuesday every month that we post over there. Or if you actually look up my website, n1wbv.net, we have all the recordings up there for each month's meeting. So if you want to go back and see what we talk about, where we just sort of talk about what the status of mesh is and anything new that we may want to talk about. So thank you in 73.
Hi, I'm Seth, KC1PZY, and I'm part of the New England Weather Balloon Society. We launch high-altitude platforms to near space, full of all kinds of fun electronic experiments, DIY stuff, and we focus a lot on working with youth, teaching them electronics, soldering, programming, microcontrollers, circuit board design, all with the kind of goal of getting something into near space and doing some research. And you can see some of their work over here. These are some payloads with lots of student experiments inside. Our students work about 3/4 of the year on these experiments, coming in every week, and they design everything about them. You know, and then they come and they launch, and we get it out of a tree, and they analyze all the data, and they come present it here at Ham Expo every year.
It comes down with a parachute?
Yep. We use parachutes. And then we do a lot of tracking work for high altitude balloons because that's so important for our own flights. And so here you can see some different tracking mechanisms that we like to use. These are all recovered radiosondes launched by the National Weather Service. This is becoming a really popular way to build trackers for free, essentially, to send on your high altitude balloons.
Oh, I see, yes.
And so here you can see how the boards look when they're taken out. And, you know, there's a whole protocol that's been developed in Adelaide, Australia called Horus Binary that works on these boards. And so it's actually better than APRS in many ways. And Max, who is one of our members, he's 14, he's designed a standalone board specifically designed to use Project Horus. And so we're going to be having this available for the ham radio community very soon. It's now flown on a number of successful missions. It's performing really great. And it's basically just an easy-to-use, extensible version of a radiosonde that is smaller and lighter weight.
Great. And how long did it take him to develop that?
He's been working on it about 2 years. So this is his
great.
4th major revision. And it's been sponsored by PCBWay, so that has made iteration much easier.
Great.
We also partner with organizations sometimes to help them launch their own balloons. So we've listed some of our partners there in the last few years.
Great.
And
yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, we just enjoy growing the community around high altitude balloons. So we have a Discord, and we'd like to invite anybody who's interested to get started with high altitude balloons to join our Discord, get to know the community. If you grab our business card, there's an invite on the back that will take you right to the Discord server. And you can find out more about us on our website there as well. And for Tiny 4FSK, this tracking system, you can always go to the GitHub for more information, and that's what this QR code is for as well. There's a lot of deep dive info there, as well as all the open source files and everything.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoy.
Hi everybody, my name is Andy. My call sign is Kilo Bravo 1 Oscar India Quebec. I'm here at Ham Exposition in Marlborough, Massachusetts in the summer of 2025, and I just had a lot of fun giving my talk about Andy's Ham Radio Linux. Andy's Ham Radio Linux is a software collection of free and open source software that I found on the internet that I pulled together for ham radio operators so that they could enjoy the hobby and not focus so much on the peculiarities of installing software and all of that. So I found about 90 programs online that are all free and open source, and I wrote an installation program to make it much easier to install those on your computer. And it doesn't work on Macintosh type computers, but it will work on your standard PC. Anything from 7 or 8 years old to newer would probably work fine. And the whole idea is you install it, the menus are configured, the programs are there, you run it. Ideally, everything just works, and then you get to enjoy the hobby instead of fussing with yet another computer that's causing you grief. That's the goal. Only the user community can tell me if I've accomplished that. So if you download this, good feedback, bad feedback, anything, it helps to make this all better for everybody. And the community has been very helpful reporting bugs. They've been helpful giving me ideas of what software should be in here. They find something cool, they mention it to me, I check it out. If it's cool and works well, I put it in there. And if it's not, well, okay, we'll wait till they make it better. But this is for everybody, so I want everybody to contribute, to try it, and give me some feedback. And I hope that it helps you enjoy the ham radio hobby even better than you already do. And so, you know, I've had people, today I had about a dozen people who were very enthusiastic, but to be fair, there were probably 6 other talks in that time slot that were also most excellent, and people have to choose, and that's okay, because you'll get to see me this way, or I've been known to go to ham radio clubs locally and give the talk. I have given the talk to people via Zoom or WebEx, video conference. And my talk is recorded on the Dayton Hamvention YouTube channel, and it's also on a website called RATPAC, R-A-T-P-A-C. They have an extensive collection of high-quality videos of all sorts related to ham radio, and I would encourage people to check that out. The Linux talk is there as well. And I hope you'll give it a try, especially people who have computers that supposedly won't run Windows 11. They will run Linux just fine, and I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised that the things you want to do in this hobby, there's probably a Linux program for it. You just might not know the name of the program. And this will help you with that, because the menus are organized by subject. So there's antenna modeling programs, there's CW programs, lots of digital mode programs, and so on and so forth. There's just a wide variety of software for this very wide hobby. So I hope you download it. You can get it from sourceforge.net or sierrafoxtrot.net. Look for Andy's Ham Radio Linux, or you can search for my call sign, Kilo Bravo 1 Oscar India Quebec. Download it, try it on a supported version of Linux that you've already installed. Please read the documentation in the Getting Started file that will tell you exactly what to do to install it with a minimum of fuss. And about 2 hours later, reboot, and you will be up and running and hopefully having an even better time in ham radio. So I think that's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
All right, thanks a lot for the opportunity. Have fun.
Hi, I'm Bradshaw Lupton. I'm K1TE. I've been licensed since 1968 when I was 18, and W1HD, now W1HD, and I went and took our tests at Worcester Polytechnic Institute and proudly got our 75-watt crystal-controlled novice licenses. Sure, I've been very lucky to be working with Diru Kolia, VU3 CER, and he's just an amazing young developer. And one of his projects is called Easy GPS NTP Disciplined Time Server. And I adapted it here at the Ham Exposition, as I'm going to be teaching this with Dhiru remotely in India in about 2 weeks. Well, time is very important. In digital radio like WSPR and FTA, you need a plus or minus 5 second knowledge of the time. And they also report on how accurate you are. So if you're trying to be a stickler, it's fun to be right on the money and right on the frequency. And this device causes the network time protocol to be called a stratum 1, which means it's time coming directly from an atomic clock. And I can't remember, but I think it's about 26 GPS satellites are circling the Earth. And you're flip-flopping from one to the other, but this software that's reading about a $10 GPS chip just across 9600 baud serial is able to pull that data out and read it. But the magic of the GPS chips, and this is I think called Neo 7 or 7 something, is that there is a precise clock time signal on the PPS. It's the fifth terminal that gives you a square wave of exactly a second down to, it claims to be 20 billionths of a second. And I can explain how you can actually test that, because I always worry if somebody says, you know, this is the best thing since sliced bread, I want to quantify it and go, well, you know, how are you measuring that? And you can do that here. It is that good. Well, that's the neat thing. If you take one of the Baofeng Chinese walkie-talkies that's on 2 meter and 70 centimeters, 144 and 433 megahertz, the whole way you can tell if it's baloney or real is Dhiru also built, and all this stuff comes from other places. He didn't come up with this on his own, but he came up with his implementation. So on a $4 Pico, just using the Pico clocks, it says that it's measuring, but it's very nicely and it's very stable to the 10th of a hertz. But the way you can tell this is legitimate is with one of these $4 Picos set up as a frequency counter. You use the GPS, exact, they claim exact 1 second as a gate, and the Pico's perfectly happy to be counting something that's at 433 megahertz and count how many cycles went through there. The way you can tell that this is legit or not is by looking and seeing, are you stable to the 10 hertz level? If you're stable at the 10 hertz level and it keeps reading the same number with no modulation, that corresponds to about a 20 nanosecond, billionths of a second stability. I don't trust things unless I can see something that makes sense. I'm putting something together for Mass Maritime and WPI. This does come from developer Colia, and on GitHub I would look up Easy GPS NTP, and you'll find this, and we describe the WB2 TEV Radio Club and STEM, and we've had a real working together to do things for kids. And I'm also trying to move into the undergraduates too, because that's a very, very lively group and a great place to get them doing practical things. Measuring time certainly is. So thank you very much for your time, and thanks for being a great student.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.